Hey Aquarius, welcome to your March 2025 weekly reading. It's going to be your reading from March 10th until the 16th. Hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight in here. I had to think for a moment what the month was. All right, let's see here. Aquarius. Also too, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, that link is down below in the description. I'm also running a sale as well on my read still. Knight of Cups, I feel like you're trying to figure out what feels right. There's a lot to digest here. I think I'm seeing here with the Eight of Swords being in your current energy that it's like you're trying to digest a lot of information. It can feel very overwhelming. You're not sure what the truth is. You're not sure what resonates for you. And I think with this Knight of Cups being in your challenge, you're trying to feel something out. But you want to make sure that I see you having like this conversation with yourself. You want to make sure that logically something makes sense and intuitively something feels right. Yeah, and another thing I see here, Aquarius, Knight of Cups is all about moving in the direction of what it is that you're envisioning. It's very North Node Pisces right now, where the sun is, where Saturn is, where Neptune is. It's about really opening up to the ideal that you're emotionally wanting for yourself, that's in spiritual alignment with you, that's part of your dreams, part of your visions, and having to really surrender and let go and allow yourself to like yield into that, move into that. And I think that's what you're trying to do, but you're finding it difficult because I think with this Eight of Swords being in your current energy, it's like you're really trying to think about it, like you're thinking about it. And it could be because there's a lot of information to digest, but it could also too just be overthinking too, analysis paralysis here. And that's why the Knight of Swords here as your advice is actually saying, Knight of Swords is about taking action on ideas or the moments of clarity. When the moments of clarity come, or just when you have ideas, don't overthink it. Just set it into motion here. Let's see here. We're going to jump more into your tarot here in a second. You pulled the 6th house card. It says routine. Now this could be related to your routine, your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day obstacles. The 6th house in general is just obstacles. It's the things that work against us. And it has a lot to do with, the 6th house can point to things like career, self-employment, or employment, like your job, like the task that you have to do, things that if you didn't have to do them, you wouldn't do them, but you need to do them. So I think here with the 6th house, it's like you're trying to figure out, there's certain obstacles I feel like that are in your way. And it's like you're trying to figure out like the most efficient way here forward. What's going on in your 6th house? You have Mars in Cancer there. Very interesting. And you want a malefic like Mars in the 6th because you need to defeat whatever the obstacle is in front of you. And so having a benefic planet there is a little bit hard. But if you have something like Mars, okay. If you have something like Saturn, okay. If you have something like Mercury, well, Mercury likes the 6th house because it can figure things out very quickly and it's very magician-like. So that's why Mercury also does well there as well. It's a neutral planet. But I think with Mars being there, like you actually have strength here. And I think you're starting to become more motivated here to address issues, to address challenges that have been facing you on a day-to-day basis. You pull this luck is on your side here. Yeah, I would take a look at the bigger picture here and don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Even if you're going through, you're getting caught up in like the mundane problems and challenges with that Eight of Swords being in your current energy. Don't lose your belief here because I see your belief wobbling a bit. I do feel like you do have a bit of luck here on your side. And really, if you take a look at this energy this week with the eclipse, like we have an eclipse this week on the 14th, the total lunar eclipse, and this one's going to trine Uranus. So talk about a sudden innovational change that helps us transcend obstacles and challenges. So I actually kind of like this lunar eclipse energy, just the aspects that it's making. The trine to Uranus, which it's allowing for us to really find an innovational breakthrough, a way in which we can't see right now. It's helping us find a new angle or something, helping us see something differently. So don't lose sight here of what you're doing. Let's see. You pulled this snake card. It says shedding here. Yeah, and I think too, one thing I really pick up here is that 6th house here that you just pulled, the 6th house can be to where it's the work that we need to do on ourselves so that way we can show up better in our relationships. And I'm not just talking about love, I'm talking about all relationships and dealing with other people. So it's like, I think you're starting to be like, Aquarius, you're starting to be, or say to yourself, and you're starting to also do things here that, it's like self-development. It's where like you're getting yourself right. So let's jump into your reading here. You did pull the 6 of Wands here for the overall energy this week. Well, talk about growth and success. I do feel that is in the cards here for you this week. The 6 of Wands also is an increase in confidence and also an increase in your authority. Feeling like you're in your power, feeling like you're in your authority. You're starting to feel that more and more now. And I do get a growth and a growth aspect with this as well, with the 6 of Wands. I also see you getting attention or recognition here or standing out. So if you're putting yourself out there, I definitely see you're getting noticed here. You have the 8 of Swords here in your current energy. This is what I was talking about. I think you're digesting a lot of information at this time to the point to where you can be a little bit overwhelmed in your head, scattered. But the worst thing to do is to sit idle. If you have ideas, that Knight of Swords is your advice is saying, just start setting forth those ideas in motion. You don't need to have the certainty and have it all logically figured out right now. Not right now. Being in Pisces season, it really is about the Knight of Cups that's in your challenge. And it's interesting because you are an air sign, so you're very logical, Aquarius. And water isn't your element, right? And we have a lot of water in astrology. So it's like, having to tap more into the intuitive side, the emotional side. And that's what your advice is. It's a little bit of both. It's like having to balance both, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. And I think the main thing is not to overthink things. Like the Knight of Cups is when you're like you catch that intuitive wave, or you feel like it's a subtle energy that comes that moves you, and that you have to trust that, and that's when you take decisive action with the Knight of Swords. But the worst thing to do is to sit there and analyze what you're feeling, or to overthink it. Yes, you want to analyze what you're feeling. I'm not telling you to not think, but sometimes you get what I'm saying. We overthink things. You have the 9 of Wands here in the future position. And this is what I talk about where I saw like your belief wobble in here. And I'm not saying it's, 9 of Wands is when you're getting tested, right? Your will's being tested and your belief is being tested. But you have to keep pushing onward and forward here with the 9 of Wands. You have the energy and you have the resources here with the 9 of Wands to be able to get through it. But it is a bit of a challenge, I see here. Interesting. All right, let's come back to that. You pulled the High Priestess here in the outcome position. I think by the end of the week, I'm almost seeing you here needing time to think about something. I don't feel like it's anything that's like detrimental or anything like that. It's more so you're reflecting and going inward and seeing how you feel about something, and also reevaluating something here. And it's interesting because a lot of energy toward the end of this week is going more inward. What do I mean by that? Well, we have the Sun in Pisces until the 20th. We have Saturn, Neptune, North Node. And Pisces deals with the emotional self, the depth of the mind and the emotions, the intuition, inner world. And then we have Venus that's already retrograde, and then Mercury is going to go retrograde on the 15th. And so Mercury and Venus will be retrograde. So that's pulling us inward even more to really reevaluate our values, our mindsets, our thought processes, and trying to figure out, what it is that we resonate with, how we want to identify with new things moving forward, how we want to reestablish things, how we want to reestablish the connection to ourselves and our values. And that's what I see you doing here with the High Priestess being in the outcome position. So that actually looks pretty good, because I want to clarify that, but I feel like a good card is going to come on top of that. You have the Chariot card here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, the Chariot is willpower. And it's interesting, it's about not getting, like, one thing I see here is like you will, especially with the Six of Wands, is triumph and success. You will triumph and succeed here. And I actually feel like Spirit's saying not to aim small. Like with this luck being on your side card, I would aim big here. And I wouldn't limit yourself. Because right now I kind of see like your vision like expands really big, Aquarius, about what's possible. But then once you start kind of having those doubts, it just starts to shrink, and you're like, oh, maybe I'm only going to accomplish this much, or maybe I'm only going to get to be able to achieve this much. But no, that's like literally the mind that's like creating this narrow perception. So I would challenge your beliefs. I think this Nine of Wands is you, like your beliefs are being challenged, and you're also challenging your beliefs to the point to where it is kind of hard. But I think you're getting so much feedback with this High Priestess in the outcome position that you're starting to be like, oh, okay, I can dissolve those beliefs. I can let go of those certain mindsets, and I can let go of the rigidity of certain thoughts that are keeping me stuck. Let's clarify your read. Clarify the Six of Wands here for the overall energy for Aquarius. You pulled the Magician here. Yeah, this is going to be a week of urgency here for you, to where you're no longer waiting and sitting around. The Magician is like when we're using our energy and directing our energy instead of just sitting on it. So I definitely feel like this is going to be a fast week in a way here for you, Aquarius. Clarify the Eight of Swords in your current energy. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this will be the analysis paralysis. I always say the Ten of Swords is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over. But I also see the Ten of Swords as the subconscious, unconscious patterns that keep happening until it's like we have to like become conscious of them. And it's so interesting because I feel like it's almost like you feel stuck. Like it's like you're stuck in some form of pattern or loop, and you're trying to break free from it. But I don't think you can break free from it by logically trying to figure it out. It's more so intuitively figuring it out, like listening to your intuition. Clarify the Knight of Cups in your challenge. You have the Seven of Cups, yeah. And the Seven of Cups is about your dreams and your visions as well. The Seven of Cups is the power of the imagination and new options and new choices. And I think your challenge right now is like you're really trying to figure out what's the best thing to invest your time and your energy into. And I think you're trying to figure it out logically. I'm not saying not to think logically, but I think it's almost in a way your intuition is telling you one thing. Like, yeah, let's do that. But it's like we always look for the certainty behind an intuitive feeling. But that's the counter opposite. Clarify the Nine of Wands in the future. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah, and I would say this is you getting started with something new here that's beginning in your life. But there is a new thing that I feel like you're really trying to bring to life here. And you're doing the work that's required and necessary, and it's been hard, it's been tough. But I think here with the Ace of Pentacles, with the Nine of Wands, I mean, I can see like this is you kind of feeling exhausted by the obstacles and the challenges, right? Just the things that you have to do that you don't want to do, but you got to do them. But I do feel like it's worth it, that Ace of Pentacles. So it's like you're working toward that carrot. Clarify the High Priestess in the outcome position. You have the Two of Swords here. Yeah, and this is... The Two of Swords would be evaluating something, needing to take time and space to think about something here. But it's not like in a bad way. It's more so I actually see you gaining internal peace. Because the Two of Swords is Moon and Libra. Libra deals with peace, harmony. And the Moon deals with our emotions and our inner self. And the High Priestess is the Moon archetype, which puts the emphasis on it more about it being your inner self that is gaining more peace and certainty here. Clarify the Knight of Swords as your advice. You have the Chariot. Yeah. Your advice, clarify the other Chariot that's here. The Death card. Your advice is to keep moving forward, not to look back. The other death card here, that's what the chariot, or sorry, the other chariot that's here, that's what the death card is. You can't bring back the past. Let the past go. I actually feel like don't even try to revamp anything from the past. I think spiritually wanting you just to move forward into the new. But the Knight of Swords, the chariot, is about taking bold, decisive action whenever you feel that invigoration of energy. And not to overthink it. Your reading came through very quick. I'm going to pull you one more card, Aquarius. Pull this 5th house card. It says creativity. So you have the 5th and 6th house. It's interesting. The 5th house is your self-expression, your creativity. And that 6th house is the refinement of what is naturally expressed. Right? 5th house can also be like your gifts and your talents, your creative ability. But the 6th house, it needs refinement. So it's like you're refining a lot of your own gifts at this time and getting better at certain things here. But I think also too, the 5th house, your creativity and the things that you want to do and how you want to express yourself is being met with like the reality. And so it's like there may be this period. I get here that there's this period here to where you're trying to figure out how to really connect with others. How you can express yourself in a way that is of service possibly as well, but that just connects with others, that establishes relationship with others. Right, so this can be things in regards to like communities, groups, and relationships, others, stuff like that. So that's what I got for you, Aquarius. I appreciate you for watching. I'm gonna leave your reading here. If you want to book a personal reading with me, the link is down below, of course, in the description. Any question you have, if you need clarity, guidance, confirmation, I'm definitely here for you. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe, and if you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button before you leave. Otherwise than that, Aquarius, I will see you later.